Hi everyone, my name is Ray. Some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today I'm at my buddy Travis's house, and it's going to be a Tikis with Ray episode. And today we're going to talk about two Tikis and then a plus one. And these are some interesting Tikis, and we just filmed another episode with all the what I'm going to call the carry-on Tikis. But you have a couple bigger Tikis, and there's some stories to these. And
my prized babies.
yeah, so well, just really quickly. I mean, as you can tell, this is a coup, and then this is
Not sure what that is,
yeah,
but we will.
and it
get
does
into
not
that.
look tiki, right? It doesn't look tiki at all, but it is, and we'll get into it. So, well, actually, which one should we talk about first?
Let's
You want to do the plus one first?
let's do the plus one first.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, so let me. So this is Pleasant Tiki,
Or would go.
Whitco.
The God of Fortune,
Yeah.
and it's one of my favorite ones that I have around the house here.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now, is this part of the thing where like you get the mug and?
Yes, the mug is right here in the lower center.
Yeah. Yeah. So the idea is that he only made a limited run,
Right.
and then for it wasn't cheap. It was a couple $100s, from what I understand. But you get the mug, and then he actually carved the tiki, and this is you said the God of Fortune,
Right.
not the Witch Doctor. I always get him confused.
No, and the fishing god, I think, was the one he just did.
Yeah.
Which was the round one.
I love that tiki though.
Yes. So let's go with this guy,
The coup.
the coup.
Yeah.
This is a United Statuary, 1972 is what it says on the back, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I'm going to point it towards you and see if you can read it down there.
70.
70, okay. Because that'll help with timeline.
Now, one thing
So-
you noticed that you know how easy it was for him to lift that up. Just saying.
Right. So the reason why it's so easy to lift up is this is actually a poly foam that is coated with a hard resin material. United Statuary was out of Chicago originally, and they made lots of the statuary knickknacks that you find in thrift stores and things. But they did a line of tikis starting in the 50s. I came across some masks once that I wished I'd picked up that said 1958 on them. I think this was potentially after I forget when they moved. I think they moved to California from Chicago at one point. The story behind this one is as follows. In 1978, this was purchased in a secondhand store / antique mall or something for an adult social club that was in the south part of town here. And
Where was it? Where was it at in this social club, Travis?
well, I'm getting to that. It spent many years presiding over the hot tub area in this adult social club. And the owner, who started the club, if I remember right, in the late 60s, maybe 68, something like that,
Yeah.
was in his 90s, early 90s or late 80s, and decided to retire and, close it up and sell off the land and everything like that and just actually retire. And so this came into my possession by some friends who volunteered there, some people I knew, and
they volunteered at the social club.
well, you have yearly dues.
Yeah.
And so if you volunteered to work, then you got, you got some of your dues money taken off.
Okay.
So it was kind of a work to play scenario.
There's something wrong with your eye, Travis.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, the only sad part was, when they closed the place, they had like an entire 3 or 4 day weekend full of just blowout parties. And the last night of the last party, this got knocked over and this chunk came off. And you can see a little bit of that polyfoam right in there. And I was able to get it glued back on, but I need to bust out some paints and touch it up and make it match. But yes, this one is a favorite. There are a couple different tiki styles that they made of large tikis. There's actually a taller one than this that's different.
So with the company that was making these, well, who were they making these tikis for?
Home decorator stuff.
Home decorators.
Yeah.
Now here's the interesting thing. It's like, yeah, it looks great, but I mean, but obviously, for lack of a better word, it's like fake because it's made out like essentially foam or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, what if someone's going to have a tiki in their home? Wouldn't they want to have like a real one that's like made out of wood? So what was these for? Was it still for people to just have them in their home?
Yeah.
Okay.
To put in their basement tiki bar, or put in your tropical display in your store, or
your hot tub in your social club.
Your
was this the only thing? What else was in that hot tub? Was it just this? Was it themed or anything like that, or was this random tiki?
Well, the story goes it was bought for a luau party.
Okay.
In 78.
There we go. All right.
And then after that, it got put in the hot tub area and just stayed in its place for years. And you can kind of see where humidity and stuff right sort of got to it a little bit here and there. But honestly, I think this probably might have weathered better in that hot, humid environment than maybe a wood one might have.
Oh, yeah.
It's
in great condition.
Yeah.
I mean, there's chalking that's going on, but...
Well, some of that might be dust, but...
Yeah, I mean, consider the fact that this was, I guess, made in 1970. Mm-hmm. Same year you were born.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's in great shape and very, very detailed too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't imagine pulling that out of the mold, because I'm sure this was injection molded, something. I would think.
I just find I just think it's so interesting because I think when I first met you, you told me about this tiki and you showed it to me, and I remember thinking like, wow, just how random. Where some of this tiki stuff ends up, or ends up somewhere, or gets in someone's hands, I'm glad it's in your hands, though.
Yes, I'm very glad to have it. It's one of I love that little guy.
But this one was more deliberate.
Yes.
And this one was made by our buddy Jim Cruz, aka Gone Tiki. What can we say about his work? It's incredible.
Incredible.
If you've been to the Devil's Reef, you've seen his tikis, the giant tiki that greets you inside the door. It's bigger than you. That's Jim. Gosh. So if you look at this, it does not look like any tiki at all. But how did you... First of all, you discovered this tiki in a book, right?
Yes, the Hawaiian sculpture book.
But you stumbled upon a picture of.
Yes, I had a picture of this tiki, and it is in the Bishop Museum, the actual one. And it was found hidden in a cave. And from what I understand, when the Europeans started landing in Hawaii, they were, not being very nice.
Yeah.
So to speak. So they took some of their prized statues and pieces and would hide them in caves around on the islands. And then later, this was discovered as one of the ones that was hidden in one of those caves.
It looks like an alien.
It does. It absolutely does. And I loved this design from the pictures in the book. And
There's a couple different variations in the book.
yes.
And the thing is if you look at a couple different pictures of them, if you turn it this way, you can kind of tell that this is actually a helmet of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
The eye is here, and there was some kind of that's like the chin, but it's a helmet that they're wearing. And the other ones kind of look a little bit more humanish,
Right.
than this one does.
But this one just looks like it's from space, and it's
Yeah.
got this kind of kind of shark fin thing on his back between his shoulder blades.
What do you think these would have been?
No idea. Some sort of comb on the helmet.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously probably whatever, to intimidate their enemies or something like that.
Yes.
So so you're like, oh my God, I need to get one of these. Is that
no?
what?
I never thought I would see anybody carve one, because when you look at the tiki things that are available, like the lot of things that people carve, or a lot of the souvenir tikis that people bring back, none of them are this shape.
No.
If we're talking Hawaii, it's Ku, it's Kanaloa, it's Lono. You've got your standard, four main, and those four are everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then one day on Jim Cruz's Gone Tiki Facebook page, I saw photos of the freshly completed
So
one
it
of
just
these.
so happened that he was making one.
Yes, because
Damn.
Jim Cruz is cool like that.
Yeah.
And he loves the
Does he have the same book?
artistry, probably.
Yeah.
But I know he did go to the Bishop Museum recently as well. I don't know if he went after he carved. Actually, I think he went after he carved this, because I think I had this already. So he would have gotten this out of that book.
Yeah.
So he is going over the pictures that he has in it in his art books and trying to reproduce this exactly.
And as far as I know, or even just from my observations and maybe your observations too, I have never seen this tiki carving anywhere at all.
Nope.
And no tiki bar and no home tiki bar, just in anyone's collection. In fact, the only one I've seen is this one here in the flesh right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why was this one not so popular? Because it's bitchin'. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah. No, I can only assume that it wasn't. I can only assume it was too far out for people.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was too alien looking.
Yeah.
Too intimidating.
Right.
Which is kind of weird because it's sort of like, you got Koo here, and it's he's like but it's a little bit more palatable, I guess.
Yeah.
Compared to that. Like this kid, this is like something like out of Alien or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is from space.
But it's funny because I'm thinking about the video that I did where I bought your Tiki on the video.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no money to give you for this, so I'm just glad that you have it.
It is not for sale.
It is not for sale, and I don't blame you, and neither is this one.
No.
But anyone out there, if you're interested in getting a carving from Jim, aka Gone Tiki, I mean, I think he's on Facebook
And Instagram.
And I think he has his own webpage. But just type in Gone Tiki.
Yep.
Gone Tiki, Tacoma, Jim Cruz, like KRI, like Cruz, but with a K.
Yeah.
And he does amazing work. And thank you very much, Travis, for sharing your stories with these Tikis.
Yeah, glad to do it.
Yeah. All right, that's it. It's so bitchy. It really is. Want to support the Tiki with Ray show and look cool doing it at the same time? Then head over to tikiwithray.com and buy yourself a Tiki with Ray shirt. They're only $20. Tony Canapa did the design, and they're screen printed in America.